God Who Justifies by James White. Let's see here. Let's go to the table of contents. I haven't read this in some time, but here's the contents. You can see that. There's the contents there, and there's some more on this second this page with appendixes. So he covers a bit. It's not a text by text basis, but what he's doing is he's responding. James White is responding to Roberts and Genesis. In my next video, maybe I should do that. I should do Roberts and Genesis, Not by Faith Alone. It's a 700-page book. This is a 400-page book. So Genesis, Not by Faith Alone, in my opinion, is the best attempt that we have. Balamer, all his stuff's in Latin, so I can't. I like to read his arguments. Yes, I guess Balamer had some good arguments, but I've read Newman. I have Newman from the Catholic side. Newman and St. Genis. St. Genis did the best job against my view, but I think read it. That's years and years ago. Reading it now, I wouldn't have as much difficulty, but he still does the best job. But so they debated, and I have the DVD debates. I ordered up. I have 6 or 7 of James White's debates from back in the day. But yeah, they debated this issue and numerous other issues, and then James was working on this during the debate to respond to his work, St. Genesis' work, and Not by Faith Alone. But I found in Romans, when he dealt with Romans, he went to Hodge's commentary quite a bit. When he's in Romans, he went to Hodge quite a bit, depended on him quite a bit. But when he went to Galatians, James White, he was very good in Galatians. He's very good here in Romans 4. He does a very good job in Romans 4. But yeah, he gets to Galatians, he does a very good job. But he covers all the major texts in Romans and Galatians, Philippians. But yeah, he gets to Galatians, he does a good job. He's not as dependent, obviously, on Hodge at that point. But overall, it's been called this generation's best work from the Reformed side. I'm not Reformed, I lean towards Lutheranism. So I would reject certain things like the golden chain of redemption. It's found that they say is found in Romans chapter 8. I would disagree with the atonement being limited just to the elect. I believe in objective justification, which is that the whole world, God is not imputing their sins to them. 2 Corinthians 5, 18 through 21. And so the whole world is objectively justified in God's sight. Objectively, not subjectively, but objectively. So there's a difference there. And there's other little differences that we find in the formula of Concord. Yeah, there's definitely differences between the Reformed and the Lutheran, and I lean towards Lutheranism. I'm not a Lutheran. There's differences, but there's similarities too if you read the confessions. James would affirm active and passive obedience in the act of justification. He affirms that as a Reformed, as a confessional Reformed. So he accepts that. There's going to be some differences, obviously, but overall, it's a good work. I would recommend it. It's a good work. I would recommend it. Overall, it's a good work. Gets to Galatians, he does a very, very good job. He does a good job in Romans, and I just think he depends on Hodge a little too much. So that's The God Who Justifies by James White. Our next one will be Roberts and Genis, I guess. Roberts and Genis, Not by Faith Alone. See, I read materials from both sides. I got works from Catholics, from dispensationalists, from futurists, Adventists, you know, you name it. Reformed, it doesn't matter. You have to go to the horse's mouth if you want to understand their doctrine and refute it properly. That's proper methodology.